My name's Alison Preuss. I represent the Scottish Home Education Forum, which has been around in one shape or form since 1999. And when NO2NP was mooted, we were quite keen to be involved in that coalition of interests.
Well, the Tymes Trust is the longest established national UK service for children and young people with ME and their families. In about 2012-2013 we started getting phone calls from families who were experiencing the impact of GIRFEC and named person, and we then found out about the No to Name Person campaign.
We were always very keen that the data sharing aspects of this bill were properly examined, and they never were by Parliament, and all our concerns were ignored, and it turned out that we were vindicated.
Within this whole process, the No to Name Person campaign has been crucial in pushing this forward, because it's brought together a real hodgepodge of different groups who normally I don't think would have come together. We had this distaste and opposition to what is fundamentally a very authoritarian policy that was being foisted and pushed on to families and children in Scotland. We basically came together because we all valued freedom and civil liberties and privacy and things like that. Well, one of the great strengths of the campaign has been its ability to actually go out across the length and breadth of Scotland and actually meet and talk to the people who this is impacting.
The roadshows that No2NP put on were extremely important in getting the message out. When they first started, they had smallish audiences, but by the end of the 2 years or so that we did them, we were speaking to packed houses.
And then at the weekend we would have an action day, so we'd be out in the streets giving out leaflets in the same area, again just to raise awareness, because so many people still to this day don't know what's going on right in front of them and how it actually impacts and involves them. The UK Supreme Court for us was just wonderful, because it gave total validation to everything that we had been saying for 2 years and over 2 years.
We were very pleased that we were able to go to the Supreme Court, go the whole way, and it was a great privilege to go to London and watch the judges take apart the arguments forensically.
What they said was that the data sharing was central to the role of the named person, so by actually ruling the data sharing itself as unlawful in breach of Article 8, what they've done is gut the named person scheme.
Gathering and sharing personal data, in particular sensitive personal data, was the thing that the judges threw out. That was central to the named person scheme, and it means that the scheme cannot go ahead as the government wanted it to go ahead, and that is an extremely good thing.
No to Name Person sort of doesn't want to have the named person. Forgive me if I don't engage in conversations about people who want to make sure we don't have a named person policy.
The intense consultation that John Swinney undertook after the judgment to gather information about how to move forward with the named person scheme really is meaningless if he's not going to actually engage with people who oppose this. I mean, he said that he wasn't going to talk to anybody who disagreed with the named person policy and principle. These are the very people he should be talking to.
This named person scheme has not gone away. In fact, several local authorities have policies on their websites which are quite clearly saying that information can be shared, and I'm certainly aware of families who are very keen to take legal action against authorities who have shared their information without their knowledge, never mind consent. The powers that the authorities have are perfectly adequate at the moment. The duties that authorities have are negative duties, in that they intervene if there is a problem. In a free society, that is how it should be, and I would hope that Mr Swinney would understand that and act upon it.
The Scottish Government need to start listening to the UK Supreme Court, to parents and families and children across this country. We do not want this, we do not need it. You need to swallow your pride and let it go.